Good morning, Vietnam. No, Black Desert. It's a beautiful sunny day, as you can see, as I'm transcending through the heavens. And we're here today to continue and do a part of a story that we haven't done ever. Okay, so we're new to this part of the story, which supposedly takes. It's supposed to tell us what happens after Odilita and Kamasylvia. That's right, we are in Wolfsburg. No, it's Odilita. And
Draxia.
it's actually fuck off with your names. And we're here in front of the queen, which I can't steal from anymore, which is kind of funny. The queen of the Hibs,
Indeed.
which are the good-looking elves. I was thinking, oh, what do you mean good-looking elves? Do you see that makeup? Do you see that? Do you see only beautiful elves? Don't look like the guys in chains around. Like, don't worry about that. Look at the elves who wear no concept of jeans or pants and like putting, for some reason, red makeup and black eyeliner like this. Hey, who am I to judge? Maybe they're the #1 import of cosmetics to Calfian, right? In a world where makeup doesn't exist, or it's very hard to come by. And today we're going to figure out what's really happening, right? Because we had Odilita, we had Kamasylvia. The whole point is that the sisters, because they're sisters, the two queens, are actually together and trying to create a plan where they would extinguish the fire between their nations. Because, surprise, surprise, just like Harry Potter, one cannot live without the other, right? Something like that.
So basically, to do War of the Roses, in fact, you have to complete Kamasylvia main questline first, and then Odilita, which is divided in two parts. At the end of Odilita, we find out that actually Brolina Ornette, the queen of the Ganels reigning in Kamasylvia, and Viorencio Odor reigning in Odilita are secretly plotting, if you will, to fight Hadum, because they realize that there's no point in keep fighting between themselves if there's not Earth anymore to fight on, which is kind of a problem. However, apparently Viorencia has to keep a facade because they also have the Sephira Ibs that were supposedly in the castle in Odraxia, as we are going to find out, not anymore, because of course we once had the Ganels and the Vedir, Ganels children of the sun and Sylvia, and the Vedirs children of the moon and Sylvia. Now, this might be mythological and whatever, we have several versions, this is the mythological one. So, we had these two types of elves. We put on the side for a moment the Luthragons, the brothers of the family. And we are going to talk about just the Ganel and the Vedir. The first time the Black Spirits attacked the world, they had to give to take a decision, okay? So the Ganel wanted to keep fighting the Black Spirits, protecting Kamasylvia, because Kamasylvia represented their mother, Sylvia. Kamasylvia is the tree we have in Grana, on the top of the hill. The one of which we restore the light in the main quest of Kamasylvia. And on the other side, on the other hand, we had the Vedir saying, no, let's burn the trees, let's burn the branches, because doing this, we are going to gain more power. Of course, the Ganel weren't that fond of this idea, the Vedir were, and by keep burning the tree, they started to change. And in fact, the non-burning one, because ahibs in the language of the Ganels and Vedirs means burning ones, because they burn the tree, the branches of the tree, to gain more power. The Vedir non-ahibs, the non-burning ahibs, are still among us, and in fact we have some of them in the Olons Valley. And also all the Dark Knights technically are Vedirs, they are not Ahibs. Among the Ahibs we have two main factions. The official one led by Viorencia Odor, the queen of living in Odraxia. And then we have the Sephir faction, because we have also another faction of the Ahibs led by Sephir. And who is called Onel, which is a nice way in the Children of Sylvia's tongue to say fake. There's also a thing related to the Nova, but let's put this on the side. Basically, Onel means fake, and in fact, Sephir is called Onel, while Viorencia is called Odor, because Odor is the royal line, while Onel is the fake one. So basically, Sephir is lovely called fake queen. Sephir is on the side of Adum and was supposed to organize a ritual in the Odillita castle to resummon, to open another portal leading Adum in our world. We'll see things have changed, and the fact that Sephir wanted to call Adum in our world somehow to help the goddess, we are not sure about the gender of Adum, to enter our world, because Adum is already trying. Sephir wanted to give that last help needed. And due to this, Viorencia and Brolina, who actually always been friends since they were children, because they grew together, because all the royal Ganel and Vedirs grow together and whatnot, they were besties, and they still are, and they are secretly plotting to defeat Sephir and thus Adum. Then War of the Roses happened, and we'll see now what's the War of the Roses about.
Hey partner, let's head to Sylvia's land. Those big ears are up to something fun. Truly the prophet sent you a message. The wing of Kamasylvia shall be part of fate.
Friendly reminder, Wings of Kamasylvia is our title, and we got it when we helped restoring the light of
Kamasylvia. Okay,
Kamasylvia. So we are going to take the well, because the...
Yeah. So what I want to say is that in the end, what we discover in the end of Odillita Part 2, which is important, is that although these two kingdoms are at war with each other, they both hold a tree, which are technically portals to other dimensions, and the moment we light up Kamasylv, it acts like as a lighthouse, meaning it attracts the creature of darkness towards the light it produces across all dimensions, which means that there's a lot of whoopsie-doopsies coming our way, technically. And our world needs to be, in order for it to be balanced and to survive, needs actually both the light and the darkness. That's what I meant when I say there's two trees, they both need to stay up now, otherwise the balance is broken, and apparently something happens. Is it apocalypse? I don't think so. You know, I think they're overreacting a little bit. Maybe we should try and see what the whole shtick is about. But we'll see. So right now we have the War of the Roses happening. So far we have Tulid, which is a fucking bastard who's far away apparently. Look at this guy, god damn. Bro, just walk to the city if you have a message for us. How important can it be if you have to keep your ass?
Yeah, for the council in Grandiha during Odilita main quest, Tulid came to Grandiha. Like, Tulid, you could have done it again.
Yeah.
Please. Anyway, we already met Tulid several times, mainly in his house. The first time during Kamasylvia main quest, because he revealed some details about the youngest sister of the Ganel royal family. Also, don't ask me about the reproduction. How is it possible that they have younger and older ones and things like that? Because technically they are all children of Sylvia and they do not reproduce apparently.
Yes. We are all children of all, right?
Technically, they are born from the fruits of Kamasylvia. Very poetic. I don't know how it
Very
works
poetic, yes.
actually.
Guys, we have half elves. It's not fruits. I can promise you that.
No, but because for example, the half elves are not treated like the others. Be very careful
that's because
about
of racism, but you know what I meant.
Yeah, but if we have pure blood elves, like how did they? Where do they come from?
Oh, should I explain the birds and the bees to you, my love? Like, please.
The fruits and the.
Yeah.
Honored wing of Kamasylvia, the mother goddess has sent us her prophecy.
The goddess Sylvia's prophecy?
The daughters of Sylvia, Ganel and Vadir both, shall kneel before my foretold successor, the Old Mother. Thus spoke Mother Sylvia. It is now time to fill the absent seat of the Old Mother, but only one ruler can sit upon the throne.
How can Kamasylvia possibly claim the throne when they've weakened to the point where humans are a threat to them?
I hear Odilita was not even able to quell the uprising that broke out in the name of the Ahib.
It's impossible for them to know that. Let's keep
And
going.
I hear the remnants of the tyrant Amelia's soldiers yet live. Has your queen no pride nor conviction?
They killed a lot of them, though.
Learn to control
Yeah.
your own before criticizing others. Spill your venom on our lands again, and face our unyielding wrath.
Ha! You dare disregard Mother's commandment? It was agreed that after the prophecy's revelation, all conflicts were to be handled by assembly. We have made it clear that the venom was not our doing. It is you who should stop causing unrest by pestering the innocent saloon.
Nonsense! We would not find ourselves here if that were the case. Great Tulid, I swear we did not commit such heinous acts. You think we would sink so low as to exploit our mother's commandment that forbade us from knocking arrows until the assembly to determine our all-mother?
Yes.
Enough! I beseech you both to stop this foolishness. The All-Mother will be chosen at the coming assembly. Do not cause any more trouble until then. Are you not afraid of incurring our mother's disdain?
Okay, I'll take Kamasylvia, you take Odilita, since I am playing as Ganel and Swittzy is playing as Vadir, for we are a ranger and a dark knight.
Okay, what does the Kamasylvia part say?
You back Queen Brolina of Kamasylvia to become the All-Mother, leader of Ganel and Vadir. Wings of Kamasylvia, the All-Mother is duty bound to lead our sister with radiant light. Queen Brolina is meant for the throne. Helena, Sana.
Now, as far as Odilita, you back Queen Virencia of Odilita to become the All-Mother, leader of Ganel and Vadir. As the shadow of the burning moon, you must surely know who has guarded the Mother's forest. Queen Virencia should ascend to the All-Mother's throne alone. Okay. We take the Odilita path.
Okay, where do we have to go?
something along there.
Oh, you have to go in. Okay, let's do this like that. Go down. I'll summon a horse for you. Okay. So we can do it side by side and everyone goes where they have to.
Yes.
Now my question is, if I unsummon my help horse, does yours disappear as well?
I don't know, I want to find out. So what's important to see is that there isn't a good or a bad path, as much as people might think that one of the elves are good and the other are evil. They're both equally as shitty, because they're actually quite horrible. In fact, there's a saying in Calfian that says anything that comes out of the mouth of a Ganel is most likely a lie. Just to put in perspective, like how humans and everyone else who's not in this sees the Ganels. Okay? And this is important because the Ganels are the people, unfortunately. And until the Kamasylvia, they mistreat you, and technically you shouldn't be able to go into the forest until you finish the main quest.
Yep. And in fact, some of the NPCs won't talk to you unless you do the main quest. Even if you are a Ganel, which is peculiar. Choices.
Yes. We call those choices. Not good or bad, just choices. And yes, it's quite important because just because they dress all black, okay, and they worship Satan, doesn't mean that they're evil people, okay? How many of you wanted to go for the thick goth mommy GF in high school? It's the same thing. And they're just going through a phase. They were abandoned by their mother, what do you expect? And no, there isn't like a right or wrong either, okay? It's not about good or evil, right or wrong. It's all about, do you want the wood elves or do you want the thick mommy milkers goth elves? That's about it. There's no consequence. Either way, at the last few Wars of the Roses, Kamasylvia just been steamrolling.
Also, like, usually, like normally, Black Desert was supposed to be a gray zone story, so where you don't have heroes and villains, you just have people with their own goals and objectives who do things to achieve them. Apparently, we are a little bit losing this complexity and we are going back to elementary children book stories and whatnot.
Yes, unfortunately, they kinda lost this part of Black Desert, which is quite important. It was more interesting when we were just a mercenary and we would see the world around us evolving and happening, and we would just be hired to help characters reach their goals. Like before, you used to work with Jordine of Serendia to do his little schemes, then you figure out what's happening, then you get hired by Calfian, and so on and so on. You don't need to be the hero of this main story. It doesn't make sense for you to be the hero, as guess what? There's more players. You can't have one hero story in an MMO. It doesn't work. You can't have everyone be the chosen one. It's just not how it works. If you have one chosen one, it can't be the player in an MMO, and that's basic storytelling, like in video games.
And it was supposed to be like that, but then apparently Black Desert changed, the Pearl Abyss writers changed their mind, and so here we are.
Yes. We are both the chosen one.
Aren't you happy? the fun fact is that actually not anymore. Technically, everyone is a chosen one in their own story, and the others are not. So technically, the other players are not canon.
Yes, it's very funny that in an MMO that's currently struggling to do group content, even the goddamn story is about being the chosen, but the other players are not canon, which I find hilarious.
Yeah, it was a little bit better, the original story, where basically you had several mercenaries. And each mercenary, so each player had a portion of the Black Spirit, and you had to PvP because your Black Spirit wanted their Black Spirit. And that was the idea.
Yep.
And yet, here we are.
Yep. Alright, let's see what else. Oh, well, rip your horse.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We get to enjoy this beautiful roleplay walk. That's why, like lore-wise, we're quite skeptical of.
You can use the dragon if you want. Do you want to know the name of the item?
Yeah, what is it called?
The item is called Duskwing Calling
That's
Hawk.
good. There we go. Much better. That's why saying that it doesn't make sense to have more people being the chosen one. You can have prophecies, right? And have it like, oh, are you the chosen? Are you the chosen? Actually, you just help someone else achieve that goal. For example, in Lukita, you're helping.
But it's
spoiler alert, blah, blah, blah. Okay, who cares, right? Only we care about the story. You're helping King Barid's, Prince Barid's, right, to ascend to the throne, and you figure out why the father couldn't do the thing.
Ritual.
Yeah, come on, just keep hang. So that's why I'm saying that it works like that, but it doesn't work if you're the chosen one always.
Okay.
Long time no.
I don't know.
I think you skipped the thing. Like
Well,
this.
it's well, just you can't scare me like that, you know.
Because I wanted to tell you before you started, let's do 1 and 1, but I guess we are not going to because you always are in a hurry.
I just want to talk with her. We always talk with the NPCs.
Yeah, but we have 2 different NPCs saying different things, and I said I would do first my part and then you do yours since you are not streaming my part.
Okay, do your part.
Welcome, Wing of Kamasylvia. You must have been alarmed by the sudden revelation of Mother's prophecy. The daughter of Sylvia, Ganel and Vedir both, shall kneel before my foretold successor, the Old Mother.
Gentlemen?
Long time no see. I knew you'd come. You've already heard of the mother's prophecy, correct? The daughters of Sylvia, Ganel and Vedir both shall kneel before my foretold successor, the All-Mother. Help Her Majesty rise to the All-Mother's throne. That's what Ataraxia would have done if she were still with
What?
us.
Ataraxia.
Because Ataraxia was supposed to be the hero, but we did what she was supposed to do in part 1 of Odilita. If you are playing for the Ganel, alas, the fruition of such an event was but a matter of time. I beseech you to aid our queen in rightfully claiming the Old Mother's seat. Then I will keep going. Darkness over Navarsteppe. Captain Sana, venom spreading through Navarsteppe. The The wildlife is writhing in pain. Again, we must stop the poison from spreading. Gather the priestesses. We will head there at once. And Helena Sana leaves.
Alright.
You're curious how I've been. Well, as amusing as it sounds, each day is more thrilling than the last. You remember how I returned to the city, leaving my days as a wanderer behind? The Queen must have liked how I cleared up our misunderstanding with the obsidian ashes. She even told me to befriend Sephir's Ahib. Bridging relationships is supposed to be Salinar's job. Apparently, our dear Umbramancer has to leave her station for a while, so I was assigned to fill in her role as mediator. I wouldn't be caught dead being a gentle negotiator like Salinar, but I've gotten to know some of them during my wandering days, and they're friendly. I even met Sever in person recently. It was a bit...
Helon! It happened again. The saloon cubs. They've been slaughtered. The mother bears are howling in anguish.
What? Where do these lunatics keep popping up from? Come with me! Hurry!
Okay.
So on one side, for the Ganel, we are having issues concerning a plague that's happening in Navarn Steppe. Now, on the other side, in Odillita, we have someone who's hurting the salons, okay? When I go with Helen Sana to check out what's happening in the Navarn Steppe, I find this out. She says, could it be another incident? And then I say, was there a similar incident recently? And we kind of already know because they were hinting that in the discussion in front of Tulid, the Ganel and the Ahib, not really Avedir. Indeed, there was a wing of Kamasylvia. Tension fills the air of Kamasylvia ever since the revelation of Mother's prophecy. Similar traces have been found at Anis Pond and Cadwell Forest, at a time when we are fulfilling our Mother's sacred prophecy, the Audacity. The Ahib are ravaging these lands our mother bestowed upon us. If their queen rises to the All-Mother's throne, Kamasylvia will be in ruin. Captain Sana, Odillita is behind this disaster. We are at it again. Look here, a thornwood trap coated with lethal venom. At this point, it could have been the Sephir's Ahib, not the Viorensi Ahib, but whatever. Another one of their malefactions. How can the Ahib be this reckless? Yeah, quite weird, Helene. There you go.
Yeah, on the cool side, we actually have Helene.
Could it be another incident?
Wasn't there a similar incident recently?
Yeah, it's as if they're trying to ignite a war.
It's as if, eh?
Tension's been in the air of Odillita since Mother's prophecy was revealed. Similar events happened over at Saloon's border and Talibar's rope. How dare they do this when we're busy trying to fulfill the Mother's sacred prophecy? The Ganel are destroying the arid land that has accepted us. If their queen becomes All-Mother, Odillita may be forever lost.
Helon! They're at it again! Look at this arrow! It's clearly Kamasylvian.
This again! They don't even try to cover their tracks. Is this their way of showing their twisted desire for conflict?
We're just taking the whole of Kamasylvia and Odillita questlines and we'll poof. Alright, let's continue. See what
Now, if I continue, Kamasylvia. Do they so desperately desire to display their power by killing the chocobos, basically, like not the rangers, I guess? One fact is clear. If their queen, Violencia, takes the All-Mother's throne, Kamasylvia's future will burn like its sacred tree before it. Because, as we said, the Ahibs are the burning ones because they burn the branches of Kamasylv to gain more power to defeat the Black Spirits during their invasion. Sister, I pray you haven't forgotten our heartbroken history and your mission, because I am playing as a ranger, thus a Ganel.
Okay.
As if they're a force to be reckoned with. One thing's clear. If their queen, Berlina, rises to the All-Mother's throne, Odilita will face a grim future. They will rid us of the darkness that's part of who we are.
Of course, because they're goth girls, they don't want their darkness to be touched. Don't touch their black clothes and style. Okay, you have to accept them as they are.
Shadow of the Burning Moon, I'm sure you understand. You know us, and about our history.
And I guess I got a special interaction because it says Shadow of the Burning Moon. No.
No, that's normal, because Shadow of the Burning Moon is because of the ending of...
I just got fucking meme done. Okay.
Because in the end, you are a Vedir.
My god, don't be so racist with me, okay? God damn it. Should be in the Corsair. Alright, go.
How do I go? Because it's a cinematic.
Fuck if I know. Okay. Then I just go with this.
In the fierce war with the dark spirits, we made the bold decision to set fire to the sacred tree of our mother, Kamasylv. With that intense power, we were able to drive out the darkness and restore peace to the forest.
Set ablaze the sacred tree and pierce the light that shrouds the darkness!
Prophet Audra rallied her sisters of Vidir in preparation for the darkness's impending return. However, what actually returned were the blades of the loathed Ganel, those who valued the legacy of the dead more than the living. Fearing what the loss of the sacred tree might bring, they drove us from our mother's forest. Little did they know, we already had a theory for how to create a new sacred tree. We wandered through arid lands until we discovered the ruins of the ancient kingdom of Orzeka. It was there that we found our mother's answer to our fervent prayers. The Kuturan, the colossal thornwood that was worshipped by the ancient Orzekans. By grafting the Kamasylv's branch onto it, our theory was proven, and a new sacred tree, Turasil, was born. That place became known as Udraxia, the land of prophets. Turasil bestowed upon us a power even greater than that of Kamasylv. But that power was tainted with an ancient curse of darkness that lingered in the Kuturan. Though some of our sisters succumbed to that corrupted power, we could not give up. The Void One is like a ship lost at sea, and the radiant tree is its beacon. Countless ancient records have revealed to us that our decision was not made in error. Even now, the light held within Kamasylv attracts a great darkness. Hadum.
Bless you.
Feeble light only makes the darkness more pronounced.
Must the Ganel be torn to pieces again to learn their lesson? Was the rift between us not enough? Return the imprisoned light to the void. Overwrite the darkness with even deeper darkness. That is the only path that we, as our mother's daughters, will walk as we protect this world.
Okay, so very important. They forgot to mention one important thing, is that they already were starting to get corrupted, those who burned the branches of the Kamasylvia tree. They became something new, the Hibs. They forgot to mention the Vedirs. In fact, I am playing as one, who still exists, pieces of shit. Also, the corrupted power was turning them mad, and the reason why they have tree-like features is because they created these potions to try and stop the corruption before it gets to them. Because it's not they succumb to the corruption. It was when they would succumb to the corruption. It was anyone at one point would just go crazy. So they had to create these potions. And the consequence of these potions, which were some thorough research was happening in order to get it, there was not a lot of hope. The consequence is that you get like tree-like features on your body, which is important to specify because that's part of their look, right? And it's not because of the corrupt power. It's what cured their corruption power. Okay. Can I keep...
I'm doing the recording of my video because my video is completely different. And so, like, what do I do? Do I send you my video?
Yeah, send it over and I'll...
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah.
Because sadly, this is like, we were so happy about how Perlabis was doing because they were able to make the main quest doable several times, because one of the biggest issue of the story of Black Desert is that sadly some parts of the main quest or entire quest lines, like for example Invitation from I, were completely like unavailable once after you did them the first time. Then apparently they stopped doing that because they understand there is no point if you are trying to communicate a story to the player, because the whole point of a story it is that it needs to be replayable, right? And if you simply make people skip things, it's problematic, one might say.
Also quite easy to skip things in this game. Like, I played countless games, and this is the only one where I skip things by mistake. Either sometimes like you have like go back or escape to stop talking with the NPC, and if they're still talking, it just skips the whole dialogue for no reason. Like if I want to skip, I press R or F or whatever it is. Forgot. I don't press escape because maybe I missed something, maybe I want to go back. But no, here, go back doesn't mean go back, it means we're gonna skip the whole line of dialogue. Which is stupid, honestly, like... And I can't replay the lines like any other games. In other games I can just go in the journal, click on the thingy and it replays the the video if there's one, the cutscene, like, you know.
Okay, I can send it.
Give me a second.
Can I just put it on drive?
On the...
It's also in. We didn't expect these, all of these, for the simple fact that, how can I say? Well, if you do this quest, this main quest, which is part of the main quest, and you do it once, as far as I know, it's not repeatable. It's one per family. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see after. But as far as I know, it's hard to, like, so far it seems family-wise, family-locked. And we are trying to show you how different the cinematics are. Careful about the volume because I maxed it out.
On the day that...
Okay. Why is there a black square on it?
It's
On the day the heavens...
missing the audio. Oh, maybe we have something. It's been a long time since I used this, but oh, let's see.
On the day the heavens opened,
Can
Mother
check if
Sylvia
you hear
descended into the forest. Beneath sacred Kamasylvia, she embraced the sun and moon, giving birth to us, Ganel and Vidia. Mother Sylvia engraved her will beneath the sacred tree, and one day she returned to the heavens. Left behind in the forest,
we enjoyed the bounties of her legacy. Unaware of the darkness lurking at the forest's furthest edge. Our ancestors were unable to fend off the darkness as it tore Kamasylvia to shreds. It was Kamasyl, fueled by her will, that expelled the darkness at the expense of its light. Only then did our ancestors realize, to appreciate abundance, one needs strength. As such, to protect Kamasylvia, our mother's precious forest, the Rangers were founded. Our swords were forged from Kamasyl's sacred branches. However, some Vidir who called themselves Ahib presumptuously dared to burn the Kamasylv to harness its power. As the Ahib burned the branches, the sacred tree withered day by day. We Ganel could not forgive their foul actions. And thus, a river of blood stained the once vibrant woods. Through relentless struggle, we finally succeeded in expelling the Ahib. On that day, we pledged not an end, but a new beginning. To restore Mother's beloved forest, marred by past strife. We vowed to commune with spirits, master ourselves, and be deemed worthy of Kamasylv's legacy. May sacred Kamasylv's roots anchor themselves eternally in this world.
Okay. And this is the how the guys who picked Kamasylv see things. It was an adventure, but we did it.
Yeah,
We did it.
exactly. So as you can see, according to the point of view you are playing in, let's put it like that, the good and the bad guys change, wouldn't you say?
Yes, even though I don't agree with the fact that there are good and bad guys.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
the whole point. There are no good and bad guys because it's a matter of point of view. Because of course, the Ganel says, "Oh, they were destroying the tree. That's a problem." And the Vidir, of course, said, the Ahibs at this point, of course, said, "Oh, but actually, we were just trying to fend off the invaders." And then we found out that actually the tree is a problem because it's the tree, the gate, allowing the trees, like the spirits, to pass through. What happened is basically that we said that there are two children, okay, two daughters, the daughters of the sun and the daughter of the moon, and the daughters of the moon, the Ganel and the Vidirs. However, I also mentioned that there is a third party in this, a third group in this family, the Lutragorns. The Lutragorns are the archers, okay, class in Black Desert, and they are all male, allegedly. And if the Ganels are the children of the sun and the Vidir the children of the moon, they are the children of the roots or the earth, and in fact they stayed under the roots of Kamasylv, but physically, no, actually metaphysically, because they were in another world. As far as I understood, a sort of middle way between the world Sylvia comes from, so this sort of Eden, heaven, I don't know, Garden of the Gods, if you will, and the world of Black Desert. So what happened is that something happened in Elvia, the Eden, let's call it like that. Black spirits popped out, probably together with Hadum. They invaded our world, but to do that, they had to pass through this gate. And the passage was the root world where the Lutragorns were in. They battled, they fought against the Black Spirit, but the Black Spirit won. And in fact, our character, the archer, if you play it in Black Desert Online, exited this middle world, okay, to tell the Vedirs and the Ganel, look, sister, danger is coming, help me, but they were already battling between each other because they saw the Black Spirits arriving. So, what happened is that we had this passage, this gate, represented by the trees, and by burning it, they technically destroyed the passage. Then we had another tree in Odillita, specifically in Odraxia, which was Kuturan, dead as well. When we visited Odillita and Odraxia, we helped restoring also Kuturan, but not as it was before, but using a branch of Kamasylv to create Turasil, okay? Turasil is the revived Kuturan, born by implanting the energy of Kamasylv in it. So Turasil is Kuturan 2.0, basically. And of course, according to the Ahibs, they did the right thing to fend off the invaders. According to the Ganels, they did bad because they burned the tree. That's a little bit the point of view, okay? So, if I talk again with Helen, I have no clue how this name is pronounced. She says, we will now move to other areas before the Ahib can reach them, because now the attack is the best defense, apparently. Please inform Grana of the events that transpired here in Navan Steppe, because of course now we have to go to Grana and say, oh my god, we have to crown the All-Mother, but the Ahibs are also trying to kill everything in Navan Steppe. I guess. And then we have to talk with Brolina, of course. Yes, take word to Her Majesty Queen Brolina. She told me she will be waiting for you. Now then, let us meet again soon in Grandiha, where the assembly, just like in Odillita, main quest, where the assembly regarding the prophecy will be held, because the usually assembly are reunited in Grandiha.
In the meantime, you can check with Helone.
I'm going to patrol other areas for now. Those hypocritical Ganel won't desecrate our territory on my watch. I'd appreciate it if you'd inform Odraxia about what happened here in Narcian. Yeah, go visit Her Majesty Queen Viorencia. She told me she'll be waiting for you. I'll see you soon then, in Grandiha, where the assembly will take place.
Yes, so I have to go to the other queen, which is Viorencia. I'm gonna take a traveler's map because I'm a bad lady.
You can also use the dragon if you want.
The dragon is because we have to go to Grandiha, so.
Okay.
Right. Because you have to talk to the queens, but then the assembly is in Grandiha, from what they said. So technically, you should go to Grandiha. We will see. I will take the dragon for them.
No, but it's a good solution. Also, the scroll.
Yes. Okay, so the important part to get out of this is that somehow we're forgetting what happened in Kamasylvia questline and in Odraxia questline, because technically the Kamasylvians should know that there are two types of Ahibs that are causing trouble. In fact, the main type of Ahibs that they were attacking on the border were not Queen Viorencia's Ahibs, they were more the Sephira Ahibs who are causing issues. In fact, you can tell them apart because one is a hot goth mommy GF that will step on you if you ask her to, and the other has two red eyes and
He's ready to sacrifice children.
is ready to sacrifice children. Yeah. So you see, there's just a slight difference between dark goth mummy and I will sacrifice children because I will get stronger.
Okay, I arrived to talk with my queen of Kamasylvia, Brolina Ornette, and she says, I see you've arrived, wing of Kamasylvia. And then I say, the Ahib have tainted Navan Steppe with their venom. By the way, I should be smart enough to understand that it's the Sephir Ahibs, but whatever, right? So, it has happened again. Truth be told, there have been countless incidents since the prophecy revelation. But despite common belief, the Ahib are not to blame. Violencia would gain nothing from the Ahib committing crimes of such inconsequence. Oh, thank you, at least she knows. And then I, the very smart player, knowing everything that happened in Kamasylvia main quest and Odilita main quest, say, then who? The Ainels, the remnants of the former queen Amelia Ornette's elite guard. They are the ones behind the curtain. Which, okay, it's not the Sephir. I'll take it. It makes sense. It is the Ainel because they tried to kill the Ainels, the Queen Amelia's Ornette, so like the queen before Brolina, who went a bit cuckoo and tried to kill everyone and everything. And they, let's say, solved the issue with some mushrooms. And of course, they took the part of the army loyal to the queen, the Ainels, the special guard of the queen, and kinda kill all of them. But some remain because we can't really kill all of them, right? Well, that probably wasn't that wrong, since now they are trying to take revenge, do a coup d'etat, not sure. But basically, to put the Ganels against the Ahibs once again, making the Ganels think that the Ahibs are attacking Navan Steppe. How they can reach Navan Steppe without being seen, since there is the All Wisdom tree in the middle, I have no clue. It wasn't very believable, so at least that. On the surface, they seem to align with the sisters' cause. But, as you have uncovered in Odilita, they were secretly in contact with Sephir. Oh, we said it. They mimic the methodology of Sephir's forces, the Ahib who revolted against Violencia and built the Thornwood Castle to cast suspicion upon all Ahib. Oh, at least these we remember. But such trickery cannot fool the eyes of a queen, also because she is the bestie of Violencia. I can easily see through my people's attempt to imitating the Vedir. I was held hostage in Odilita, after all. I learned a thing or two from Violencia, also because you were childhood friends. Ship, by the way, one of my personal ships. And then, since we are very smart, then why would the Ainels from Sephir's frame Sephir's forces? Framing Sephir's forces would not be their prime intent. I suspect they are trying to save themselves. That's a weak explanation. Sephir dared to use the name Odor. Let's remember the OG name of the OG queens, but she has no legitimate claim to Old Mother's throne, and in fact, she's called Onel, fake. Violencia is the true princess born from the moon's frost. There is one fact that even those who follow Sephir cannot deny. And again, in fact, Sephir is called Onel. Knowing this, Violencia recruited Sephir Sahib by invoking our mother's prophecy. She pledged to eradicate the Ainels, remnants of the former queen Amelia Ornette, who led the Ahib massacre. This is true. The Ainels would have been terrified by this statement. If Violencia does claim the Old Mother's throne, their fate is sealed. So these offenses must be their attempt to solidify his name and spread the idea that Violencia is unworthy to become All Mother. Okay, makes sense. Basically, the idea is if Violencia takes the All Mother throne, she's going to eradicate all the Ainels remain, because the Ainels are the cause for the Vedir's massacre. So, okay, fair. Similar events must have happened in Undilita as well. And in fact, I cannot help but worry for Violence's safety. Ship, if you ask me. Your Majesty, I've brought an urgent message, says one of the guards, one of the Ganels. You wait for a moment. Mother, is it truly the path you wish us to take? Honor Winged, I see no other way to interpret the prophecy. We do not... Random things happening. According to our informant in Odilita, the human sacrificed mentioned in the main quest of Odilita, because when we did Odilita Part 2, we basically finished the quest line with basically Violencia saying, haha, going to sacrifice humans, bye, are nowhere to be found at the Thornwood Castle. Because they were supposed to do all these sacrifices at Thornwood Castle to open the road, the way for Hadum. I'm afraid they have finished their preparation to fulfill Mother's prophecy by welcoming the Black Sun and their mother of vengeance, Hadum. So Hadum is a female. The mother willed a single matriarch to succeed her, yet they dare to try to seat a false old mother on the throne. We will never let our mother's land end up like Elvia. When will you do? Asks the player very brightly. Perhaps this is the time I have been waiting for. The time to eliminate Zephyr. Good timing. Would you kindly relay this message to Helene? Oh, it's Helene. The military representative of the Rangers. On scorched Kamasyl flower, police mushrooms go. And how did we kill Amelia Ornette? With police mushrooms, yes. So now it's time to give the message to Helene, who is like 2 steps away. Okay, whatever. I see you haven't gone to Grandiha yet. Relay Brolina's message. On scorched Kamasyl flower, Polly's mushrooms grow. Polly sings and dances on mother's fingers low. The answer of Helene. Understood. I hereby vow to carry out Her Majesty's dignified orders without error. Probably she's going to kill the aliens. I don't know. As for what it means, I cannot disclose that information currently. I can only hope things go as planned, and we get to see each other again. The Oracon Assembly will soon be held in Grandiha. I implore you, Wings of Kamasylvia, to come and support our cause. Seek Narshillan when you arrive at Grandiha. She will guide you toward the Mother's Oracle. Now then, I shall take my leave.
Okay. So finally, I can do my part.
So you've arrived, Shadow of the Burning Moon.
The Ganel have slaughtered Saloon bears in Narsian.
Another disgraceful incident. Frankly, there have been many such incidents since the prophecy's revelation. But the Ganel are not the ones behind them, contrary to public opinion. Brolina has no reason to order the Ganel to carry out these heinous acts.
So same vibes, honestly. Like, I don't know why we're so surprised by this as a player, because we already discovered that actually they're not completely stupid. In fact, it's one of the best revelations in the entire game, right? Because I've been flaming them since Kamasylvia and Odilita 1 and 2. And then the ending, when you discover the plans of the 2 queens and how you save the 2 trees because they know and they don't. But here, no. Here we became stupid. Okay. The who?
Sepha, the Ahi
Sepha.
who revolted against my rule and claimed the name of Odur. Her forces are the true perpetrators.
Yeah, so in Lema's case, it was the Ainels, the evil crazy guards, or worship the crazy queen. Here we have the Successors. Apparently that's how they pronounced. I call them Sephirs because, you know, the Successors, as you wish, madam. You're the queen.
Though it may seem they have no reason to orchestrate this elaborate scheme, after succeeding in their rebellion and claiming the Thornwood Castle, we know they have been contacting the Ainels, thanks to your investigations.
Yeah.
That is how they copied the Ainels' methods and used the Ganel as a scapegoat.
Yeah, exactly. See, so we know. That's what pisses me off.
The Ainels, remnants of Amelia, their former queen who was overthrown by Brolina.
Because let's remember that Amelia was the type of queen that smiled, and her smile meant you're going to be burning at the stake. That's the way she was. Simple as.
However, they cannot pull the wool over my eyes. The Vidir's clumsy attempts at impersonating the Ganel is not enough to fool a queen.
The Vidir's clumsy attempt. Honey, I am a Vidir. You meant to say the Sephirs, not the Vidirs. Yeah? Because the Vidir are actually left in 5, I think. Well, there used to be 6, but Ataraxis are only 5 now.
Rip
So-
Vidirs.
So it's not the Vidir, it's the Sephir. They got confused.
As you might know, Brolina was held hostage in Odilita for a while. I learned quite a bit from Brolina during that time.
You don't need to learn from Brolina during that time. I mean, yes, there's the whole kinkiness of it. But the main reason is because we investigated this in Odilita already. We know this. And you know, why would Sephir's forces frame the Ainels?
Their main objective would not have been to frame the Ainels. Sepha must have grown anxious. Although she arrogantly assumed the name of Odor, she knows that she has no legitimacy to the All-Mother's throne. I am the true princess born from the moon's frost, and all Vidir are aware of this fact, including Sepha's followers.
Yeah, here the text is basically quite similar to what you said, but the voice said different things. I'm not sure why.
During Brolina's stay, or her captivity, as the people knew it, she decided to return to Kamasylvia after witnessing Sepha's rebellion. The Dawn's return was possible thanks to the experience she had gained here, and she even suppressed the Ainels, who were loyal to Amelia. Perhaps that is what led Brolina to invoke our mother's prophecy and garner more support from the Ganel. If she rises to the seat of All-Mother, she promises to eradicate the shrouded Arhib forces that seek to absorb the power of Odilita's corrupted tree. And Sepha must have been distressed after hearing this. She has no power in light of our mother's prophecy. Moreover, unlike our situation in Odilita, Kamasylvia is united as one. Her feeble alliance with the Ainels is no match against a nation.
If she would be the All-Mother, technically you would both become one nation. So, you know, or you would be like some sort of weird commonwealth led by 2 queens or 1 queen. Either way, the whole point is that if there's one All-Mother, then all sisters must follow this All-Mother because that's what the prophecy was revealed to be. So it's not just, unlike our situation on Odilita. Okay, honey, it's like, well, it's hard to sustain an alliance against one kingdom. Imagine against the 2 kingdoms combined. They would eradicate them regardless. Bit of a mix-up here. I guess my part is they need to study more of these books they keep holding about, because, honey, they're not just for show, okay? They're not decorations. They have stories. And read, goddammit, read.
They are doomed the moment Brolina becomes All-Mother.
Or you, it doesn't matter.
These shameful offenses are their desperate attempts to damage Brolina's reputation and convince the public she is not fit to become All-Mother. Then similar events must have been carried out in Kamasylvia as well.
Yes.
Your Majesty, I bring urgent news.
Oh, hello. 3 hands. Gosh, I don't want to hug her. Look at her, she has spines and everything. Yikes. You wait a moment.
Mother, is this part of your grand design? Shadow of the Burning Moon. The prophecy's implications are clear. Our informants at Star's End sent word that they have finally found decisive evidence. Are you aware of its significance? That is where Amelia Ornette, the former queen of Kamasylvia, met her demise. We have been monitoring the Ainels for a long time, and now we are certain. They plot to revive the queen using the fallen god's power and make her all-mother.
What? Yeah.
How dare they beg for
didn't
power
expect
from
the
the god of
restrictions.
depravity, who banished our mother from Elvia to these lands.
God heirs? No. God of depravity. Depravity is God heir or
You're confusing yourself with the Lord of Corruption,
No,
which
no,
is
no, of course.
Zarka.
No, I knew. That's why I said God heir. What? Because I was like,
Yeah, because there is Godrai in Stars End.
yeah. Okay, okay. So that's the plan of the Onion.
Yeah, because the theory so far is that once upon a time in Elvia, which is supposed to be a
Hollywood.
Eden, land of the gods or something like that, there was Sylvia with her spirits and nice things. At certain point, Godrai managed to enter this garden of the gods or whatever it was to ascend to godhood and kicked out Sylvia, who allegedly became the Thornwood goddess. She got welcomed by Tunta in the Barrenlands and whatnot. So Godrai arrived there, sort of ascended to godhood, but something of Sylvia was left there. Maybe the fact that she was kicked, maybe her resentment, we're not sure. But something was born in the realm of the gods, and was Hadum. Hadum, just Godrai did with Sylvia before, kicked him out. And his kick out was the meteor falling on Star's End. And now Godrai is blocked there, cursing the whole land.
Yeah.
But it's kind of stuck there, so I don't really understand how you could properly use the power of Godrai.
Apparently to resurrect Queen Amelia somehow.
We will never let Mother's Land end up like the Star's End.
I mean, sure. Just ignore Thornwood Forest and what's happening there. What will you do?
A time of crisis is also a time of opportunity. We will vanquish the Ainels once and for all. Please deliver this message to Helon, our direct contact to Cephas forces. On scorched Kamasyl flower, Polly's mushrooms grow.
Ah, so it's the same message. But by the way, I'm not an owl or something, you know, like she's right, like fucking spit at her the message, you know, like.
Yeah, same thing in Grana, by the way.
Wait, shouldn't you be in Grundiha by now?
When I see you, Baba, I'll be here. Scorched Kamasyl flower, Polly mushrooms grow.
Polly sings and dances on Mother's fingers slow. No way! It's come to that?
Same answer, by the way.
No. Ignore me. I can't believe this is happening.
She seems a bit more distressed.
Please pretend otherwise. I can't divulge anything to you. Yet.
No, of course, I'm just a fucking shadow of the burning moon. Just resurrected like 3 fucking gods, fought another one, fucked the dragon. It doesn't matter. Can't tell you shit. Fuck off with this shit.
The Oracle Assembly will begin soon. You're Her Majesty's shadow. Be there and support her. What do you mean where? The Mother's Oracle, of course. Go to Grundiha.
However, you
I'm
can't
off
know
now.
shit.
I need to process what's going on.
Take the dragon. Be careful so I don't smack my head against the ceiling.
In the meantime, you arrive. I'm going to tell you my part, okay, of what happens for me
Oh, okay.
at the... Okay? Now, I am at the assembly, where there's no assembly. There's only Narchillan. And she tells me, I've been waiting for you, Wing of Kamasylvia. This is the Mother's Oracle, where the assembly will be held. Today shall go down in history. Whoever takes the All-Mother's throne will follow her commands, for that is our Mother's will. And then time to sing for the Mother's Forest. The assembly is about to begin, but I have one favor to ask of you. You'll notice there are many musical spirits from Kamasylvia and Odilita around here. And what are these musical spirits? They are the souls of the departed Ganels. For the music spirits from Kamasylvia, you know, the crystal ones with the little flower on the head. And then the Odilita ones are the Vedirs and the Ahib, not the corrupted ones that are secluded in Thornwood Forest in the Crypt of Resting Thoughts. The others, the ones who died normally, those became the Odilita musical spirits. So the ones that are more like wooden with the leaves, flower petals that are white on their heads. By the way, you find the Kamasylvia musical spirits in Kamasylvia, and those are the Ganels, and you find the Odilita musical spirits in Odilita, and those are the Vedirs or Ahibs, not died because of the corruption. Can you tell them it's time to sing for our Mother's Forest? They'll spread the news about the assembly to every being Mother has brought into this world. So basically all the creatures in Kamasylvia and those in Odilita came from Kamasylvia. Basically they are using them as a radio. You thought we were the only ones deciding who the old mother should be? Ha! The denizens of this land will have a say. The assembly hall just isn't big enough to accommodate us all. Nevertheless, we will not let a single voice go unheard. So let's go call the Farus, the spirits, everything. Grandiha is going to be very crowded. We will not only judge our candidates' past actions, but also their power to protect our land. It's no surprise the assembly has made the Ainels and Zephyr's forces nervous. Once the All-Mother is decided, it will not just be the ever-conflicting Vedir and Ganel affected, because there are no more Vedirs basically. All of Mother's creation residing in Kamasylvia and Odilita will follow the one true Queen that sits upon the Old Mother's throne.
Like I said,
To go against the All Mother's will would be to antagonize both territories. Even so, we must not lower our guard, especially with Zephyr involved. I will patrol the area in case of suspicious activity. So then I have to go and spread the news with the musical spirits, saying a musical spirit hovers around Grandiha, telling you it's time to sing for the Mother's Forest. And it is the same thing with all the cute musical spirit. Of course, I'm going to see the musical spirit from Kamasylvia and also the ones from Odilita. The musical spirit dances around bashfully, yet the message is clear. It's time to sing for the Mother's Forest. And now I can see the actual assembly. Okay.
I just realized that I might die. 6, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Hey! Alright, what's up, boys?
Damn.
I missed my superhero landing by a few centimeters, but...
Okay, I'll wait for you for the assembly.
Yeah,
so
wait.
You can do the pre-assembly as well.
Yeah, I need to do the pre-assembly as well. Like, wait for me! I should be like an anime girl with a toast, a piece of toast in her mouth, I know, like... no, I cannot be late or something, right? Because the real question is, what the hell is happening? You know, how, if they know everything, how come there's always this war starting? Alright, where are we at? Actually.
I've been waiting for you, Wing of Kamasylvia.
Oh,
This is the Mother's Oracle, where the assembly will be held.
call me Wing of Kamasylvia, so we didn't forget our titles. Thank you for once.
Today shall go down in history. Whoever takes the All-Mother's throne will follow her commands, for that is our Mother's will. The assembly is about to begin, but I have one favor to ask of you. You'll notice there are many musical spirits from Kamasylvia and Odilita around here. Can you tell them it's time to sing for our Mother's forest? They'll spread the news about the assembly to every being Mother has brought into this world. You thought we were the only ones deciding who the All-Mother should be? The denizens of this land will all have a say. The assembly hall just isn't big enough to accommodate us all. Nevertheless, we will not let a single voice go unheard. We will not only judge our candidates' past actions, but also their power to protect our land. It's no surprise the assembly has made the Ainels and Sephir's forces nervous. Once the All-Mother is decided, it will not just be the ever-conflicting Vidir and Ganel affected. All of Mother's creations residing in Kamasylvia and Odilita will follow the one true queen that sits upon the All-Mother's throne. To go against the All-Mother's will would be to antagonize both territories.
So as we said, it's bigger than what they are talking about. It means to have these two kingdoms, but like complete with spirits and everything united.
Even so, we must not lower our guard, especially with Sephir involved. I will
Sephir.
patrol the area in case of suspicious activity.
Like Sephiroth. Alright, we get it. And then of course we tell the message to the music spirits.
Yeah, this part is the same for both.
Well, it makes sense. There are a few.
And in fact, I'm there.
Okay.
Okay, let's go together.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so the representatives from Kamasylvia and Odilita have all gathered. It is to decide who should be the All-Mother by the Oracle of Sylvia. Queen Prolina Ornette of Kamasylvia, Queen Vairenciador of Odilita, Philia Ainel, follower of the former Queen Emilia Ornette, but Sephir is yet to arrive. The representative of... Okay, yeah, that's the same thing.
Queen of the Ganel. I have heard of the unsavory incidents that occurred in Kamasylvia after the revelation of our mother's prophecy. My condolences. Our current circumstances have put our people on edge.
Your Majesty, we have no reason to lower ourselves before them. It is they who drew first blood by slaughtering the saloon bears.
That's a bit sus. And also, how dare you interrupt your queen speaking? You get beheaded for this sort of things. Not that well written.
They even harmed the musical spirits at Saloon's border, fully knowing how musical spirits are born.
As I explained.
The absurdity! Your evils have dried Atanis's pond and burned Kajul Forest, and yet you dare try to place the blame on us?
That's fake news. Let's keep on.
Atanis pond dried where? It was still there last time I checked.
Yeah, it's still there, like,
We all know the wounds Luciel Monet of the Acair guard post received were in fact the Ahib's attempt at assassination. How could you do such a thing to your own kind?
The fault is in your own incompetence, failing to protect her with your flimsy Kamasylvan swords. How do you plan to protect the Mother's Forest with such fragility?
Really? They're making it so cheesy? Like, at this point, the queen's be like, okay, yeah, you, beheaded, done.
Are you even aware that Calphian is eyeing Kamasylvian territory? How ignorant have you been to let these despicable humans covet our land?
You heretics draw evil power from burning the sacred tree. We've driven you out of Kamasylvia. You are outcasts, worthless failures.
What?
Meanwhile, us on the side with the popcorns.
Mm.
Your Majesty,
What did they do to save our land when the Dark Spirit attacked the sacred tree? It was us, Vidir, who protected our mother's world in time of need.
Where was Gondor when...
Yeah, exactly. Why do they call themselves Vidir? In fact, they hate the name of Vidir. In fact, they outcast the Vidirs who didn't burn the branches of the Kamasylv tree. Because, of course, not everyone wanted to do that. That's why the Dark Knight. It were those who would choose not to burn the Kamasylv tree branches. And in fact, they didn't go crazy or corrupt with power. They went crazy because of the Black Spirits, but that's another issue. But you know, the fact that they're calling themselves Vidir here, like, if I was the queen, like, okay, like, you're clearly sus, or they messed up, you know, like.
We Gennell are the rightful descendants of Mother Sylvia. Those vile heathens vandalized the sacred tree. Never will they be worthy of... Enough.
Yeah.
Fucking finally, Brolina.
Enough. Let's just say that here they took liberty of translating to English, because I think the real translation, like, shut the fuck up, like.
Queen of the Vidir, we all share the uneasiness you speak of. But there is one incident I must bring to your attention. The Ionoros spirit, whose duty is to protect Ionoros's field, has vanished. Ionoros's field is the altar of our sacred mother.
That's bad.
Ionoros's tree is withering away as we speak. This calamity cannot be taken lightly.
Huh.
My people are in no way connected to that impious incident. We do not intend to turn our backs against the residents of this land.
Well, you did, but let's move on. Basically, they went to another land.
If that is the case, I would ask for Sephir's interpretation of the matter. You know, the Ahib who revolted against you and claimed the Thornwood Castle. But it seems she has not yet deigned to appear at this assembly. Surely you have that brute under control by now. Ah, my apologies if you were simply too intimidated to summon her. I would gladly wait for you to get the matter sorted before we discuss the throne.
Our new liaison for Sephir's forces must be running into some trouble. I advise you act according to your station and wait patiently.
Oh, she just told her, watch yourself, check your privilege.
Ah, does the rashness of your character stem from Kamasylvia's reliance on the humans?
What is happening?
She said she called her mother a human fucker.
Yes.
I fear that you might even start consulting the humans for their opinions on who should become All-Mother.
That's not me. While Brolin and Verenzi are locked in an eerie standoff, sounds of footsteps are coming from the assembly's hall stairs. Wait for a second, wait, let's take it. What the fuck is happening?
Last time I checked on the Ionoros tree, was doing fine.
Yeah. There's something crazy. Looks like Sephir has finally arrived. Sephir makes her entrance. Oh, let's go.
Elon?
Elon! Sephir, who did this?
The fallen god.
General, Her Majesty is waiting for you. Please head to the conference hall.
Assembly hall.
This is an Ainel, I suppose.
Yes. Honestly, you could have just let her take the hit, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But it would... Godray wasn't supposed to be red or?
Yeah.
No, because like the black star is red, the Godray is purple, right?
Bro, imagine getting one shot by an arrow. a god-right weapon, which sucks dick. Alright, what
Poor
the...
Hilon. Respect for Hilon.
How dare they resort to the power of the fallen god? The one who cast our mother out. The musical spirits have all witnessed your loathsome sin.
Brolina, I understand the All-Mother's throne may be tempting, but this is an insult to Kamasylv, the very tree you claim to protect.
The god of depravity is our common enemy. We are equally disgusted by the stench that is spread from the stars into Ash Forest.
So you see that Kamasylvia is not united unlike Odilita, which you knew that, by the way, but whatever.
Then, could the Ainels be behind this? Star's End is where your former queen was executed. No, you cannot do this. You're trying to resurrect her using the fallen god's powers? The queen who spearheaded the Ahib annihilation.
The Ainels have committed an unpardonable sin, and Kamasylvia still embraces them. What gives them the right to call themselves our mother's children, let alone take the throne?
Speak, Ainel. If the allegations are true, you will all be forever banished. Nay, executed on the spot.
They already are forever banished from the Grana.
No, those who are left there are keeping them. But Asparia.
Yeah, I know what I said.
No, Your Majesty. We plead innocent to such accusations. It's a fabrication of the Ahib. They're trying to divide us.
Okay, let's just keep going.
Fabrication! You weaklings rely on the humans to do your every bidding. Your feeble unity is the least of our concerns.
You also have feeble unity.
The Ahib. They're seeking to raise the Black Sun. The Dark Spirits. They will ravage our land once more.
Dark spirits? The evil spirits that had plagued Kamasylvia? How could the Vidir have forgotten nature's screams of agony?
That's right, my sisters. We shan't be fooled. This is nothing but a ploy to divide us and raise the Black Sun.
Why are they listening to input from the two factions that we decided from beforehand that are evil?
Yeah, also, like,
weak.
I am a bit surprised about the fact that Zephyr is here, because Zephyr is supposed to be locked was supposed to be locked in the Thornwood Castle to summon Hadum with the sacrifice of the humans, because, friendly reminder, the slaves in Odilita are the lucky ones, because the others were going as sacrifices in the Thornwood Castle.
Yeah, and last time we saw her, she was consumed with the very bright red eyes, ready to kill. So this is very peculiar. And also, we already decided they're the weaker faction who doesn't have as much support, and we know them. We have proof against both.
Yeah, Amelia basically said it was the Ainel, like... Brolina. Brolina said it was the Ainels, like, Brolina, if you know.
Virencia as well, they both know.
Your Majesty, if Queen Viorencia sits on the All-Mother's
Virencia, don't you dare ruin her name.
the dark spirits that split us apart will kill our mother once more, Your Majesty.
No, because the sage did not predict a second comet. Big news. Oh. Okay. She's sleeping, I guess.
If Your Majesty is not willing, then I, as an Ainel, will fight in your stead.
That doesn't make sense.
No one asked you?
They immediately respond. Tension rises.
Put some sounds of swords being like unseated, like...
Silence! Helon was killed in your territory by the powers of the fallen god. We will not let you revive the queen who led the Ahib annihilation, nor the fallen god who cast out our mother.
You dare accuse us of betraying our mother? If these events were fabricated with the intent to divide us, then they have failed. The Black Sun shall never loom over our heads again. The Dark Spirits will never set foot in our sacred land.
Last famous words.
And if you look behind her, you notice that there's Lema. Face has a dark spirit who's licking Brolina's face right now. Okay, now we're going to Adraxia. What the
I'm
fuck
going
is...
to Grana. I've been yeeted to Grana.
What is happening, brother? What is this?
Okay. I go first to see what Brolina says.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Ah, there you are. That Ainel ruined our assembly, and I was wondering how I should deal with her. Would you care to join us? I would like to offer your opinion on the matter. Really? Really? Like, you didn't tell me what you were doing before, but now you want my advice concerning what to do with, like, what happened with the Ainels? Like, bro. Your unexpected actions during the conference put everyone at risk. Did you intend this? What the fuck is this answer? I intend to cause trouble? I would never. My every action was done for Her Majesty. Oh, we were asking this to Ainel, and this was Ainel's reply. Okay. The Ahib were making groundless claims that we are trying to resurrect the former queen. I was completely baffled by the idea. Your Majesty, I swear we're innocent. I want the circus sounds.
Honestly, like, I don't know why they're trying to play like this, because we already know. We have proof. We spent the whole 3 main quest lines gathering proofs. And I wonder how they're gonna fucking justify Zephyr, who killed half of the city. Because when she rebelled, she spawned the thing is in the city, and that's why Brolina had to go home, because she killed more than half of the sisters, essentially, by corrupting them, and who God knows how many in the explosions of the
Yeah, it was
city.
pretty much Kron Castle Part 2.
Exactly. So how the fuck is she shouldn't even be able to walk. They both should get arrested on the spot, because we both have proof of their crimes.
Anyway, of course, I do not doubt your loyalty, and I know well of your innocence. That is why I choose to take your side in front of everyone. Brolina, are you fucking kidding me? But was it worth the consequence? A war is about to break out. This is our comment. Indeed it is, but there is no use losing sleep over it. So let's look on the bright side. Ophelia, surely you remember the days when we crossed swords with one another? Frankly, we still have tensions that make our relationship rather uncomfortable. How about we use this opportunity to wash away those lingering emotions? I do not understand. I'm with you, Ophelia, with that.
On this one.
I want to trust that you had no involvement in the events regarding the fallen god who banished our mother. Truly, I do. But an executive of the Ahib was murdered by an arrow imbued with the fallen god's powers. As we all know, the fallen god slumbers at Star's End, the same place where your queen perished. Your Majesty, I am mortified by these alleged connections. And I believe you. You have done much to survive, and you would not let Zephyr's slight trickery erode your reputation. So head to the battlefield and prove your innocence with undying valor. If you are victorious, I promise to put the past behind and fully accept you as our sister. Your Majesty, the enemy will appoint Zephyr as their military commander. Of that I am aware. She was furious during the assembly. But why is that any of your concern? Unless your secret alliance still stands? Do not think you can hide it from me? Also, Viorencia claims that she has decisive evidence of your people gathering near Star's End. She sent it to me, but I decided not to open it. You say they are trying to You say they are trying to tear us apart. I will not allow myself to be swayed so easily. But were I to open it right now, are you confident that this generous offer would still be on the table? Ophelia panicking. Well then, I trust you that you will fight tooth and nail for our cause. If I fail to become All-Mother, your fate will be sealed. You will have my full support, of course, Commander Narsillan of the Lemurian Corps. Yes, Your Majesty, said Narsillan. I hereby appoint you Commander of Kamasylvia Castle. Instruct the Ainels to defend our land from the Ahib and capture Odilita Castle. Understood, Your Majesty. We will fight for Kamasylvia's honor, so the dark spirits may never set foot in our land. There, is Narsillan help enough to boost your morale? After all, it is thanks to her you survived during the Dawn's return. Yes, Your Majesty, said Ophelia. The Ainels, elite forces of Queen Brolina Ornette, ex Amelia, vow to find for Kamasylvia's honor and emerge victorious. And remember, failure is not an option. Now, would everyone please leave, except for our honor wing, aka us? And so, the war begins.
What the fuck?
Are we really going to war? We ask. Of course. The assembly was not for our eyes alone. The entirety of Kamasylvia and Odilita witnessed that event. Through this war, we will finally be able to exterminate the Ainels and the forces of Zephyr. Was Hilon's death all part of Your Majesty's plan? I knew you would catch on. It was impossible for the Ainels to uncover the truth there and then. Ah, here comes our assassin. Well done, Helene. Is Helene alright? She's alive. She made a fuss about how I might accidentally kill her. As the Ranger's representative, I assure you my arrow flew through. She will survive. Excellent. That is for the day. We will be terribly busy going forward, so you should go get some rest for today. Once the war's over, what of the All-Mother's throne? We ask. Mother gave this opportunity to me and Viorencia so that we could expel the Ainels and the forces of Zephyr. At least one of the two factions will be purged, so the situation benefits us either way. If you side with Odilita, you can finally get the chance to pit your strength against Narchillon. If you side with us, I will give you the right to summarily execute Zephyr. But even after the war, the prophecy cannot be untold. Viorencia, she is the only one who can truly understand the loneliness I feel atop my lofty throne. Ship!
Damn, boy. We're gonna get some branching noises, like some trees are gonna...
But the All-Mother must lead her sister with radiant light. A Vedir draped in darkness has no right to be in that position. Once the war is over, if only one queen can rise to the throne, I will become the All-Mother under which all are united. Two successors must compete for a single throne. So remember, although the goal of this war, incited by Mother's prophecy, was to purge the Ainels and Zephyr's forces, I will still keep note of which side of this war you lend your aid to. I believe you understand the implications, Wing of Kamasylvia.
What did they're liars? I fucking told you.
And then we talked with the Black Spirit. Ha ha ha! A war between two queens to end the Ainel and Zephyr. But partner, think carefully. When this war ends, there will be another moment to choose. It's a war for the All-Mother's throne, after all. And we've dipped our toes deep into this. The two queens will watch who we side with. So imagine who fits better as the new old mother, or who will be less destructive for this world. Hey.
Okay, now I can do my part, I assume?
Yeah, in theory, yep.
I finished, okay.
Ah, there you are. We were talking about the war. Would you please join us? I would like to ask your opinion.
Zephyr, did you come here on your own will?
Yes. Get lost if you're here to bring up past wounds. Emilia is merely a vessel. We will stop the advent of the fallen god. The fallen god burned Elvia in the name of the light. By the will of the Mother of Vengeance, I shall put a stop to this madness.
Well said. That is why I chose to put our conflict aside and accept you with open arms. To fight against our common enemy.
But was it worth the consequences of what is about to break out?
So be it. We cannot undo our actions. But think of it this way. Zephyr, I can still feel the cold of your blade pointed at my neck. Honestly, I did not expect this kind of cooperation in my wildest dreams. But now that our interests are aligned, why not let bygones be bygones?
If Virencia would ever say this, the whole rebellion would break out, and it would be a third breakaway faction in Odraxia. Because let's not forget that unlike the Ainels, Zephyr boomed Odraxia. And when I mean boom, I mean she destroyed the whole goddamn city and almost destroyed the branch.
With you, the Queen of Odraxia? I'll consider it if you open your eyes to the truth and start serving the Mother of Vengeance.
When she's even trying to negotiate here when she's clearly no power to do so, because we kept taking away her influence over the land. In fact, she was stuck in Thornwood Castle essentially non-stop, and she came and told us to fuck off at the end of Odilita 2.
You will have to persuade more than me to achieve that. Knowing your illegitimacy, there is little you can do now that Mother's prophecy has been revealed. You need me to convince the public, Zephyr. Is that not why you came to me in person? Yes, victory is of the essence. Our liaison was struck down by our mother's nemesis, the fallen god. You understand how instrumental Helon was to my rule. I had even entrusted her with the mission to negotiate with you.
They've borrowed power from the fallen god. Thus they have forsaken our mother.
Yes, and this is where our causes align. We are both Ahib, and we shall deny the fallen god with extreme prejudice. Odraxia supports the Thornwood Castle, and from this point forward, it will be known as Odilita Castle. I hereby appoint you the commander of Odilita Castle. Lead the Ahib to protect Odilita from the Genel and conquer Kamasylvia Castle.
All to stop the fallen god. But I must remind you, the execution of the Ainels will not be our last.
Let us discuss that matter after your victory. You are dismissed. Would the shadow of the burning moon stay a while longer? And so, the war begins.
And we're not going to war?
Yes. What transpired during the assembly cannot be undone. All of Mother's children were there to see and hear. The Ainels and the forces of Zephyr will have no choice but to fight till the death in this war.
Was Helon's death all part of your Majesty's plan?
As perceptive as ever, I see. Ophelia would have been none the wiser amidst the chaos. Ah, speak of the devil. Excellent work, Helon. How are you feeling?
Lucky to be alive. The arrow was this close to piercing my throat. I knew that ranger's skill couldn't be trusted. But I had faith in your majesty's decision. I was more concerned about them seeing through the illusion of the fallen god's power.
But they had no clue. I expected nothing less from Salinar's umbramancy. You should rest. We will not have time for leisure starting from tomorrow. Although she puts on a calm facade, she came to talk because she needs me. Especially if Brolina rises to the All-Mother's throne. Ophelia called out Sephir's atrocities during the assembly in order to save her own skin. And you should know that Brolina appointed Narshalin as their commander. The Ainels are indebted to her, so they have no choice but to fight on the front line. Although she puts on a calm facade, she came to talk because
who will
she
take the
needs
All-Mother's
me.
throne after the war?
Ophelia called out Sephir's atrocities during the assembly in
My
order
god,
to
it's bugged
save
as
her
hell.
own skin. And you should know
What the
that
hell is hell?
Brolina appointed our mother blessed Brolina and I with this opportunity, that we might destroy both Sephir's forces and the Ainels through war. They will put an end to each other, so we need not make further sacrifice. If you side with us, you will see how formidable a foe Narshalin can be. If you side with Kamasylvia, you can execute Sephir on sight. Regarding the prophecy, there is no turning back once its message has been revealed. Brolina, she is a lonely rose who smiles to me amidst the cruel struggles of power.
Brolina, she's a lonely rose who smiles to me amidst the cruel struggles of power. Ship.
But we must be led
Definitely.
by an All-Mother who protects Mother's forest. Last time, the Gennell were unable to choose the right path for their sisters. Once the war is over, if only one queen can rise to the throne, I will become the All-Mother under which all are united. 2 successors must compete for a single throne, so remember, although the goal of this war incited by Mother's prophecy was to purge Sephir's forces and the Ainels, I will still keep note of which side of this war you lend your aid to. I believe you understand the implications, Shadow of the Burning Moon.
Okay. A war between 2 queens to end the Ainel and Sephir. But partner, think carefully. When this war ends, there will be another moment to choose. It's a war for the All-Mother's throne, after all. And we've dipped our toes deep into this. The 2 queens will watch who we side with. So imagine who fits better as the new All-Mother, or who will be less destructive for this world, haha. Okay, so what I'm... Okay, so I get it now, what happened. It still doesn't really make sense, you know, like...
Actually, it makes sense.
No, of course. It's like... No, the truth is that actually the way that they played this out is actually very smart. Because while the things were shaky, were like, there's no way, like, they either did bad writing or this thing is planned. And thankfully it was planned. The Ainels, whatever they're called, the ones of the ex-Kamasylvian queen, were known to commit atrocities on her part, and were actually also sharing her philosophy, the majority of them. But we had definite proof that there was something funky going down with Kamasylvia, that at the end of Odilita as well, we actually confirmed those, and we know that they're planning to do something iffy and quite evil, one might say. So, same thing for the Sephir Zahib. She's not of royal blood, and in fact cannot read the ancient scrolls to communicate with the spirits, in fact, because only those of royal blood can do that. So since she couldn't do that, it was confirmed that she has an illegitimate claim to the throne. The only thing that I said doesn't make much sense is how Viren says, like, how there wasn't anyone who protest the fact that Sephir has been pardoned, because the Ainels would be like, oh, we're just following orders. Sephir massacred the city. We're talking, it was a complete destruction of this.
Better good.
for the better good, but it was still a complete destruction. And in fact, people were pissed and were trying to warn the Queen of Sephir, and they were pissed with the Queen, a certain someone who had let's just say vagabond lifestyle, traveling around because she was quite disappointed by the Queen's choices, which led to the death of all of her sisters. You know, I was suspecting more of that. But this way, you know, it's not the worst timeline, okay? Like, they both went with it because the queens wanted this war to happen, and they were just waiting for the right moment to happen. So this way, you can get 2 birds with 1 stone. In fact, the fight in in the War of the Roses is not between Odraxia and Grana is the other, yeah, Grana. It's between the Kamasylvian castle and the Odilita castle, which used to be the Thornwood castle, which apparently the shift deleted its human sacrifices and everything and
cleaned to perfection. Not a single spot of blood.
Yep, don't go in there with blue light though, you're gonna see a lot of things. And now you have this war happening, which I kind of find weird. Isn't there supposed to be one ongoing?
No, I think it's path.
Oh, it's 029. No, this was last week. It didn't happen this week yet.
Maybe
we should have been flashed because we're streaming always.
Yeah, usually. In fact, like it's funny. The only time we don't do.
I'm just gonna ask on the roleplay chat. I'm curious because technically we should have had it happened. Okay, we didn't get the weird notification.
Probably we were having, I don't know, probably because we were doing the quest.
Could be, but I don't know. It was weird. Either way, so this is like a cool thing, right? Where now they're going to get rid of their issues. The real question is how they're going to handle after, because according to who becomes the All-Mother, there should be huge changes to the scenery of Black Desert, because you can't do it like the Troll invasion and the Harp invasion and still ongoing 10 years later.
Probably at certain point we'll have the conclusion of the story, and they are going to remove War of the Roses, just like it happened with the was called
Tower Defense,
yeah, like the one where you had like the battle arena, basically Fortnite style.
The Shadow Arena.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because I'm curious to see how they're going to handle the after, because technically, as I said, they're going to unify their kingdoms essentially and all the creatures within to follow one banner, the banner of the All-Mother. But the question is how they're going to handle this, because you can't just have. It would be crazy to have like a region where like the All-Mother is Kamasylvia and the other where it's Odilita.
It's not an All-Mother. But as I told you, like probably they are just like going to we are going to defeat Hadum or something. So the prophecy of the All-Mother won't be needed anymore, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm curious because they might choose a path, they might not choose a path. You know, like there's any way you can take it. You can make it so that players will choose in a quest, and then according to this, they'll build it like worldwide, not just. So that's why it's going to be interesting how they choose to handle this. All right, we managed to turn a short quest into a 2-hour stream. All right, we say enough. See y'all next time, guys. Hallelujah. Have fun. Bye.